What is going on, you guys? Welcome on into episode number 3 of the Caribe Swim Learn to Swim Q&A podcast. One of your hosts, Jeff Wood.
And I'm Meredith.
And we are super excited to be here with you this evening as I wouldn't call it an emergency podcast, but it's certainly a special edition. Right now we're doing specifically our Q&A segments on Mondays and answering your questions every single Monday. So, by the way, if you have one, add a comment in the comment section below, and we'll get that answered live on stream on Monday. But we're hopping on this evening because we have some super exciting news, and we want to go into detail about what that exciting news is, share with you, the viewer, on how you can benefit from it, and answer a bunch of the questions that we've already fielded about said topic, so that way you can make the best and most informed decision possible if you're interested in enrolling. So without further ado, we have finally completed the most epic Learn to Swim course in the world, hard stop, and it is called Caribe Learn to Swim 101, and that goes live May 15th. And as you see right here, we are pre-selling that, and as pre-sales go, at least with us, you save 25% to go ahead and lock in your slot into that specific class. And man, I'm excited.
I'm so thrilled.
This has been quite a journey to get to this point. And we're humbled and honored to bring this to you and to continue to help inspire adults that have previously either given up hope on learning how to swim, they've tried and failed and failed and failed, or inspire someone to try for the first time. We're so confident that this is the course that's going to get you across the finish line, meaning swim 25 yards continuously and get 4 fresh breaths. That is the guarantee, or it's completely free. I'll refund you 100%, no questions asked. Keep in mind, I've been doing this my whole life. I've been teaching adults, though, for about the last 12 years. I've only ever had one adult not get all the way there. And ironically, we still had a great relationship and it was awesome. And so you will learn how to swim in this program is what I'm trying to say. And super excited. So what we want to do inside of this podcast today is just go over what the course is, how you utilize it, how we go about, and just all the specifics, I'd say. Anything that I missed?
Well, I think that we should also touch on why we created the course.
Yeah, totally. So how do you want to get it started? Do you want to go into why we did it, or do you want to go into what the course is and how someone would go about using it?
Well, I think whys are always the most important thing when we are going into something that could enhance or change our life.
Totally. So let's start with the why.
Yeah.
We created this course. I'll speak in terms of me, and then I'd love to hear your inspiration on it too. I'm sure the viewers would too, because as a business, I know we have our reasons, but I think this is a very personal course for both of us, and we both have our personal motivations, both as husband and wife, and as co-business owners.
Absolutely.
For doing this. So, let me start with the business side of things. Caribe Swim created this course because too many adults are trying to learn how to swim and failing. And if you guys missed a video we just did, we go over the data, and it's staggering and shocking. I'll run through it here real quick, just so you know the extent of the problem, because it does also help relate to, letting you know it's not your fault if you've tried to learn how to swim before and it didn't work. But the data is this: 52% of adults in the United States can't swim well enough to save their life. Meaning if they were thrown into the deep end, would not be great. Let's just put it that way. Half, 1 in 2. Yet for some reason, everyone feels like they're the only ones. They feel like there's guilt and shame associated with it. It's like this thing that has to stay in the closet, and you can't pull it out. You can't let anyone know that you don't know how to swim, because you could swim. You can do it. And I don't mean that in like a aggressive kind of way. I just mean it in like, it feels like there isn't a place for adults to be able to speak openly and honestly about their fears and anxieties and what's holding them back from being able to learn how to swim. And so that's one of the data. To continue on, because it doesn't get better, it gets worse. 64% of adults have a fear of deep water. So I would say the data is actually probably higher on the number that can't swim. Truthfully, 64% of adults in the United States have a fear of deep water. And this is staggering. Of the 52% of adults that can't swim, 70% of those adults have tried. Meaning, let's say there's 100 million adults that haven't swam, or that can't swim. 100 million adults that can't swim. 70 million of them have tried and failed, meaning they still can't swim. That means the industry's broken. There's a problem. How we're approaching it isn't correct. Could you imagine if this was any other industry? Like, what's a good example of 70% of something failing? And
I think it's important to also compare it to a necessity of something
it's a good
someone
point.
needs to learn, right? Because there are things that people need to learn that aren't as important, but we are surrounded by water. Water is everywhere. We have to bathe ourselves and shower, or like, those are just
We hope.
but I know that some people have like major anxiety about just getting water on their face, and that's a daily battle. But anyways, I'm getting sidetracked. So I think we need to compare it to something that's important for everyone to learn, to need to know how to do.
100%. I love that point.
And so let's compare it to, I don't know, safe driving.
Okay.
And then
so seatbelts. Let's just say this.
Okay.
70% of the time that you wear a seatbelt, it fails. Not good.
Yeah.
Not good at all. Pause 1 second. Do you want to go grab? I think Revy's outside. It sounds like he's barking. Our dog is barking outside. So I'm going to keep talking while she goes and figures out what's going on. But nonetheless, so that's the data. And it's staggering. This is not good. And so when we ask, hey, what's the motivation of the company to put out a learn to swim course? The motivation from the company is very simple. It's addressing this data and ensuring that there's a platform for adults to confidently go and say, if I have this problem, here's the solution, and it works, and we can fix it. And I'm putting my name, my reputation, the company's name, the company's reputation, my entire life's work, and yours on this. That's how confident we are that it works. And we can unpack, and we will unpack kind of how to do it, why it works, all those kind of things. But that's the company's stance as to why. Let me go into my personal reason as to why I wanted to create this course. I've seen and I've been a part of life-changing experiences. This course is more than I'm going to learn how to swim. It's powerful stuff. As an adult, for a number of reasons. As an adult, when you learn something new for the first time in a while, like as adults, we tend to stop learning for the most part. And so when you believe in yourself, you invest in yourself, and you step into your future and you accomplish something, it is powerful. Beyond that, when you overcome a fear and then you accomplish something, it's even more powerful. And for many of the adults that have succeeded in our program, we're talking deeply rooted fears. We're talking like I'm scared of ghosts as a kid kind of fear where I'm hiding under the blanket. Like I'm terrified fear. And maybe that's not a good example, but when I was terrified of ghosts when I was a kid. That's why it's the example. Terrified. I had to live in the basement. It was crazy. Anyways, so that's my motivation because for me, I get that little nugget at the end and it's intoxicating. It's better than any drug. It's amazing watching a transformation. And that's the best word to call it. What about you?
I mean, certainly along the lines, it's similar. Uh, Watching adult students go through transformations, not only in the water, but emotionally and just on, I mean, a lot of times a very spiritual level. But for me, what is just so powerful is I grew up being a competitive swimmer. Water was not ever a relaxing thing that I didn't associate it with being relaxing. And like most competitive swimmers, there became this breaking point in my life and where I didn't want to be around the water at all because it was so strenuous and I related just a lot of stress to it. When I got to transform how I looked at the water as it being a place where people come to heal or for it to be relaxing and that you get to actually have fun in it and explore in it and float in it, it awakened me to a new life, to be able to perceive water differently. So helping people transform how they think about water from being a stressful, painful experience to one that is loving and healing uh, is my big why. It's huge.
Well, thanks for sharing that. We have this inside joke in the family that our puppy, well, he's not a puppy, he's almost 2 years old. Revy wants to be YouTube famous. So you can see he loves the attention in the camera. So this was who was outside. Hi, everybody. Look at that. You made it on camera. Oh, he's so excited. All right, I got to put you down, okay? All right. So those are our whys. I think those are amazing. And I hope your why is strong enough and lines up with what we just talked about. So whether that's you want to go snorkeling for the first time, you've got a honeymoon, a vacation coming up, and you want to put your face in the water, in the ocean water, and see fish and the marine life for the first time. You're just tired of going in your backyard, of not going in your backyard pool while your friends or family does. Or you're just ready to step into your future, invest in yourself, and learn something new, or any other reason, we are here to line up with that why. And so excited to bring this to market, to bring this to you, and to finally have a solution to help adults learn how to swim for good. So, with that being said, let's hop into what the course is, how it works. So, you are totally familiar with what you're buying and how it works so that you can confidently purchase the pre-sale. So the Learn How to Swim course is broken out into 7 modules. One of those is an introduction. All right. And inside of that, we're talking about psychology first. One of the biggest problems in the Learn to Swim industry, and we've talked about this at length in previous videos and podcasts, is that the Learn to Swim industry tends to attack the problem of adults trying to learn how to swim with technique, about 90% technique, maybe 10% psychology. Even though we're all stepping into the pool with fear and trauma.
And ironically, they might even say it. Just relax.
Just relax.
Just relax.
Come on. Just relax.
Just relax.
Why can't you relax? As if we wouldn't be relaxing if we knew how to relax, right? I get emotional talking about this because we have a responsibility as an industry to do better. But so our program is 90% psychological, is how I like to say it, 10% technical. The reason for that, it's not like we're spending 90% of the time on psychology. We're not. However, we will give you the tools in that first module to ensure that you can relax the central nervous system to unlock comfort and presence in the water. And those are the two variables that will make it so you can do the technique the right way in the water, not have to fight with it, but instead just be and enjoy that experience. And one of the best ways I think I've heard anyone ever describe it is it's no longer about having to get from point A to point B. It's about loving the experience of being in the water. Or I'm paraphrasing there, but just an incredible way to represent that. So that's the first real module. There's an introductional module, and there's module 1, which is psychological. Well, we're working on meditation and breathing to relax the central nervous system. From there, we have an introduction to the water. Okay. So for some of us, getting in the water is no problem. For many of us, getting in the water is a massive undertaking. We understand that. And that's very unique in the market. We don't start in the water. We start out of the water and we build into getting into the water. And that's a huge, huge, huge deal. And even if you're capable of getting into the water, we stress inside of the program that you follow every single step because it's designed in a specific way to help desensitize the body to prior experiences that will start to slowly, quickly, rapidly in the course, really. It might feel slow, but it'll be very, very fast in allowing you to interact with the properties of water that hold you up instead of trying to fight against it. So it's called systematic desensitization. So that is the second module. From there, we're learning how to put our face in the water. Okay. It's a submersion. Our goal here is to build up to 20 to 30 seconds, but we start out with just putting our chin on the surface. So it's a very lovely way of introducing this experience. And we actually just put out a video about an hour ago. We had a subscriber to our YouTube channel share with us that every time she puts her face in the water, she gets water in her nose. What a horrible feeling that is. It gets up into the brain, just doesn't feel good. And so this is a really, really important module for adults because it's a very common issue that we hear. So that's module 3. Module 4 is front floating. So from putting your face in, now we're trying to get buoyant in the water. Once we're buoyant in the water, we have to go forward in the water. So that's the next module is propulsion, forward propulsion. And then there's only one other thing left to do as an introduction to learning how to swim, which is learning how to get a fresh breath. So, and we will do that. And once we relax in the water, being able to breathe is very, very simple. In this program, we're teaching a front breath. Okay. The next program, it will teach side breathing, much more specific on technique stuff, but getting the foundation right is really, really important. And so that is the module. And then there's celebration, right? Then there's I call them steak dinner moments. You got to celebrate the fact that you're investing in yourself and you're able to swim. And so that is the program. That's what you can expect. We offer it 2 different ways. We offer it as a standalone course. The benefit of this is you get to take it anytime you want, anywhere you want, anyhow you want. Okay. And I say it this way very specifically because one of the things that adults hate is going to a pool for swim lessons, having kids running around, and trying to learn in a space. You're in a swimsuit, it's uncomfortable, and now there are kids that can do a thing that you can't do. It's embarrassing.
Or some feel it's embarrassing.
Right. Yeah, I don't mean that you should feel embarrassed.
Right.
I mean, many adults, from what I've heard, feel embarrassed
Yes.
about that, and I would too. It's the incorrect setting to learn and be able to relax. How about that? Is that a fair way?
Yeah.
So with this, it's a virtual course. You get it. And you bring your phone to the pool or an iPad. I love waterproof iPad cases and bringing them to the pool with us so that you can pull up the course, put that pool aside, go through it. It's fantastic. Several thousand adults we've learned or we've taught this way. Or in addition to getting the course, you can enroll in our classroom style learning, which is a virtual learning. The first kickoff of that this year is June 1st. It's a 30-day program. We meet twice a week. And in addition to that, you can purchase additional time with me or with Meredith for one-on-one coaching, where you can bring your phone to the pool with you, Zoom in live, do many, many things in order for us to be there with you. We do have the option also to purchase a 1-week intensive program where we come to your home and teach you how to swim at your house. So if any of these sound of interest to you, make sure to click on the link in the description below and begin the process of your pre-registration. The course goes live May 15th, so we've got 10 days. The course will not be on sale once we launch. All right, so this is 25% off. Buy it today. There's also a limited number of seats. All right, we're not selling this to thousands of people. It's a very exclusive number of seats that we have, and that is because the ultimate reason we are doing this is to teach you how to swim. The demand is going to be very high, and we want to make sure that we can service and deliver insane value to make sure that everyone learns how to swim. So we're keeping the size of the enrollment down. Did I miss anything? I'm excited.
I'm super excited.
Super, super excited. So here's the guarantee. Learn how to swim 25 yards and get 4 fresh breaths along the way, or it's completely free. I'll refund you your money. Now, there are parameters inside of that. You got to go to the pool. You got to utilize the curriculum. We have to have a set number of time in the water. And if all those things are true and you don't learn, which has never happened once, but other variables were at play, then that course is free. And so if you have any other questions besides that, put those in the comment section below. We want to hear from you. We're here to serve you. We're here to ensure that you learn how to swim. The only way we can do that is if we hear from you. So I'll close with this. Step into your future. The amount of power that you'll feel in a lovely way when you invest in yourself and do the thing and let that fear stay in the past and no longer look back at it. It's incredible. I invite you to apply, and I'm excited at the opportunity to earn your business and be your instructor along the way. I love you all.
Thank you so much for watching.
Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.